Tonight's weather report brought to you by Suncorp Insurance, with you through every storm.
Good evening, Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Tropical rain starting to clear northward. Winds are easing in the south, and by the weekend it looks like we're all going to get to see some sunshine. Good news if your vitamin D levels are running a bit low. Temperatures today across the Sunshine Coast. At the airport, our range was 21 to 29 degrees, nice and mild. Gympie hit a high of 31, Taunton 28. Humidity at the airport was 54%, and our highest rainfall in the past 24 hours was 19 millimetres at Pomona. Starting with the satellite loop, now the monsoon is still quite active around far north Queensland with reasonably heavy rain falling in some areas, but it is breaking up, and by tomorrow morning most of it should have moved north of about Cooktown. Meanwhile, you can see some thunderstorms developing inland, but it's a long way west, and also some stream showers reaching the coast from the southeast wind, but they're on their way out as well. Let's have a look at today's chart. Firstly, yesterday's high pressure system that brought the strong winds along the coast is weakening now as it moves out into the Tasman Sea, so we don't have a wind warning anymore. Winds are still reaching 25 knots at times though, and a couple of showers are going onshore. The monsoon trough, of course, is crossing where that old low is sitting. This is tomorrow's chart now. The trough moves a little bit further north, clearing most of the rain from Cairns. Meanwhile, in the southeast, things start to fine up again. Now, the latest from the BOM. The boating forecast for Sunshine Coast waters easterlies dropping to almost nothing tomorrow, but there's a big southerly swell I forgot to talk about on the chart coming from a deep low down in the Southern Ocean. It's running well offshore up to 3 metres. Winds increasing to reach 20 knots over the weekend. Surf's about 1 metre on the open beaches and about half that size along more protected north-facing bays. As always, please swim between the flags. Tomorrow's low tides due around late morning. The high tide on either side aren't very large and the current's not too strong owing to the half moon. Now, the Southeast Coast District, a fine day apart from a possible late storm in the south. Maroochydore 19 up to 28 degrees. Nambour also 28 and Gympie 29. Looking ahead for Maroochydore, next week should see a slow but steady rise in temperature with an increased risk of showers from a yet-to-be-named cyclone tracking across from Western Australia. Folks, if you're curious about what happens in the eye of a tropical cyclone, just think of these giant storms as upside-down plug holes in the atmosphere. And by upside down, I mean the air's spiralling into the middle, goes up instead of down. Now, at the centre point where the winds collide, we find a little sanctuary of calm weather and bright sunshine. It's an eerie feeling, as anyone will tell you who's been to Innisfail during Larry or to Tully Heads during Yasi. Now it's over to Scott Hillier with the fishing report.
Yeah, good on you, Livio. Well, smiles on all the boaties' faces this weekend. Looks like those winds are forecast to drop out, and I can report some cracking big Spanish mackerel getting around. Here's a couple of tips. Now, those out early and trolling live yakkers, whole gar along with hard-bodied lures should see a few nice Spanish mackerel. Finding a bit of bait is important, with not a great deal of run around at the moment. Troll those liveys nice and slow. Now, with the gar on the lures, try about that 5-knot mark. The hardest job at the moment is beating the sharks, with plenty of them around, stealing a few fish. A couple of really good spotties and tuna still around. Now, back in those rivers and creeks, plenty of whiting, keeping anglers nice and busy. Now, young Jasmine Maudsley had a day to remember out fishing with her nan and pop recently when she caught this monster grunner. Great fish, Jasmine. Now, if you are chasing more outdoor action, make sure you join me Saturday 5:30 on Creek to Coast as I go on the hunt for monster GTs. Good luck if you went a line. I hope you bend a couple of rods. I'll be back here next Thursday night, 7 News. Have a great weekend.
Great, thanks for that, Scotty. That's all from us for this Thursday. Thanks for your company. Just a reminder, you can watch a replay of our news on the 7plus app. And from all of us here, good night.